Hello, in this demonstration I will show you how you get started with RediSearch 2.0 and create new content and index this content to do queries. You have multiple ways to install RediSearch 2.0. You can use Redis Cloud and use your database online. You can use Redis software, or you can use it from the sources. And in this demonstration, for simplicity reason, I am using Docker, and as you can see, I am using the Redis Labs RediSearch 2.0 tag. So let's start it. We see that the module has been loaded, and it's running on Redis 6.05. So let's now connect to this instance using Redis CLI. And now we can run some commands. So for example, let's look at which modules has been loaded. So Redis search is loaded. We can start to use rich queries. And the database is right now empty. Let's add some data, and I will use some hashes, one movie with title, and the Godfather, then add a release year and a genre. So I have just created one single movie. Let's add another movie. So it's another hash with a prefix of movie with a number. And this time I will use Star Wars as an example. So Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. The release year is 1980. And the actions as a genre. And since this database could be a primary database used for many different types of data, let's add another type of data. For example, an actor that will have different fields. So a prefix of actor with the first name and the last name. This is just to see how the indexing will work. So now you can see inside my database I have 3 keys: movies 1 and 2, actor number 1. So it's quite easy to access the database or the data with a key. For example, hget all to get all the field of the hash. Not a good idea if you have a very large hash, so just use hash mget in this case. But for this simple dataset, it's okay. If I want to query the data, for example, the movies on the genre, on the title, or any other fields that you can have in your dataset. And this is why RediSearch has been built, to provide secondary indexes to the fields of the hash, and also full text capabilities. So let me create an index with the ft-create command. I use the name idx movie for my index. And I have to specify on which data structure I want to create the index. In this case, it's a hash. And I want to select a subset of the keys. So I will select prefixes that I want to use. So for example, I want to index all the movies. So I will say prefix. And I want one single prefix. And in this case, movie. And you can add multiple prefixes, for example, if you have a TV show or something. And then let's create the schema itself for the indexing. So title as a text that I want to be able to sort. The genre, that will be a tag field, because it's a single string that I want to index on queries. Same as want to be able to sort later on when I do queries. And finally, the release year, that will be a numeric field. And I want to be able to sort it. So you see you have text, tag, numeric, and you can also use a geo field to do some geospatial queries if you have a GPS location inside your database. And you can see that the database, it's automatically scanning the data and indexing the movies automatically. So let's look at the index itself with ft.info. I already have two documents, as you can see. The system has automatically indexed the existing keys that match the movie prefix. You can start to do some queries using the RediSearch command. Let's start with all the movies and just return the title. So the name of the index, star, this will be all the movies, and I want to return one field, that is the title. So you see it finds two movies, and I see the ID, then the content of the movies itself, only the title. If I want to add another field, like for example the genre, I just have to return two, title and genre, and you see it's part of the result. So now, if I add new information in my database, so let's for example create a new movie. So a new key, the title will be The Mask, and release year is been 1990, and it's a comedy. So far we have two movies in the index, but if I query it again, you will see I have three movies. And you see the mask, sorry for the typo. So I have three movies in my database, so I can do queries on this field that are automatically indexed by RediSearch. So for example, let's look at all the movies with a star. So you will see Star Wars. And I can also, instead of searching on all field, I want to be able to look on a specific genre. So for example, I want action movies. I will use the name of the field, so @genre. And because it's a tag, I will use bracket, and I will put the name of the genre that I want to search. So you see it's returning Star Wars movies. And if I want action movies or comedies, so I use a pipe. And this pipe will say I want any movie that is actions or a movie, a comedy. And as you can see, it returns two movies now. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content around RediSearch and any of the cool features of Redis.